You know, and I don't even care if there's an ordinance violation. Yeah, city ordinance can be more strict than state law, but guess what? You can't trump the Constitution.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say y'all probably don't want to let me get your IDs to see who y'all are.
You're 100% right, man.
All right, that's fine. I'll go down there and run the license plate on your vehicle.
I'm not here to harass you. You're free.
Not of anything.
All right. I mean, you're free to film, dude.
Of course, of course.
Okay. The
Yeah,
reason.
What's up, CT3 fam? Welcome back to my channel where we highlight 3 clips and I'll recap with a few educational pointers to ensure your rights are not violated on your next encounter with the cop. My name is CT3 and I have a passion for police accountability and our constitutional rights. And I'm sure you feel the same. As you can see on your screen, that's my new channel, CT3 Live. Thank you for the support on getting me to 1,000 subscribers. But if you're not, go ahead and subscribe so you can support me on my next live audit. Now with that said, the channels being featured today are Missouri 1A Audits, Carolina Auditor, and Alfredo Dominguez. Make sure you head over to their channels and show them some love, because without them, there's no CT3. And if you can, go ahead and gently smash that like button before the video even starts, so this video will spread and help put an end to police misconduct and educate the uneducated. So let's get right into it.
How you doing today?
How you doing?
Hey, not too bad.
Good.
Oh, absolutely, sir. Yeah, I'm sure they're calling about us.
Yeah, that's all right. You're fine.
Yeah.
I'll explain to
We
you.
tried to explain to them that it's constitutionally protected activity, and they said it's their policy not to. And I said, I'm sorry, but
Policies don't trump the Constitution.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Hey,
Hey.
did you educate them?
No, yeah, I did actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and I told
Well,
her.
you know.
I mean, guys, to be honest, she was upset, but it's
Oh,
because
I know.
it wasn't at you all.
Yeah.
It was the fact that she is afraid of getting in trouble
Oh, okay. I get it.
because
from her
there are policies,
higher-ups.
and I didn't
Yeah.
mean to be disrespectful to her, but I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
But your paper,
It's not law.
it's paper.
Yeah, it's not law.
It's not law.
not
These
the
guys aren't
Constitution.
violating any laws. And you know, and I don't even care if there's an ordinance violation. Yeah, city ordinance can be more strict than state law, but guess what? You can't trump the Constitution.
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
you know, and I told her, and here's the deal, guys, and
Yeah.
I don't have a filter, and what you see is what you get.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Because in this line of work,
You can't.
your word
You
is
can't.
sometimes all you have.
Yeah.
And so I just told her, I said, honestly, these guys are being respectful.
Yeah, very. And I've got it all on video. She was not that nice.
I don't mean it's disrespectful to her, but it's
Yeah.
ignorance.
Yeah.
Not the fact that she just does not know.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
most people don't. And I told her, I said, you know, realistically, this is a public building.
Yeah.
And even back where your desks are, it doesn't say restricted or no. So they can walk back there
And we did.
technically because...
Yeah, we did.
Did
yeah,
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was a lady sitting there, and I told her, I said, ma'am, I'm not going to put you on camera. I said, but I'm here interested in the historical stuff on the wall because there's some old newspaper articles. And that's what we were after. We're all about doing education. We're all about checking out the history, you know, everything like that. So, yeah, I definitely appreciate you,
Perfect.
you know, honoring your oath,
you guys
sir.
need anything, let us know.
What's your name and badge number?
Jason Hicks.
Okay.
Badge number 675.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah,
no
thank you.
problem.
Thank you very much.
If you guys need anything or anybody
No.
tries to
Yeah.
give you some crap, hey, you know, we'll come and educate you.
Surprisingly, you would not believe this. I mean, you might. Yeah. Out of all the towns we visited, libraries are where we have the problem.
Really?
Yes.
Just the libraries.
Police stations are good.
Yeah.
Police stations are awesome.
Real nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Post offices have been phenomenal. Walking downtown, past pharmacies, everything. No problem.
Yeah.
Libraries.
Well, and I kind of flipped it on her too, and I wasn't trying to, because trust me, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a small town.
Yeah, well,
small
I know.
community.
Yeah.
But she goes, well, I don't consent to being videoed. And I said,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you're in the public, and there's no expectation of privacy.
No, not at all.
Stable you can hold. And so I said, look at your wall.
Yeah.
She says, what? I said, turn around, look at your wall.
Yeah.
So I said, I don't consent to you videoing me right now.
There.
And I said,
There.
Well,
We were
yeah, there-
videoing.
there's-
They're everywhere. I
two
said,
of
so
them.
technically,
Yeah.
you know, she's a representative of this building,
Yeah.
and as a representative, she's recording me,
Yeah.
and I didn't consent to that. And she's like, oh.
Yeah. And we're not here to cause anybody
right.
any.
And
Yeah.
I said,
Not
you
by
know,
any
these guys
means.
are being, I
Yeah.
didn't come in, but I said,
Yeah.
it sounds like they're being respectful.
Yeah.
So I said, you should actually be thankful.
We
for
don't
that.
have to be, but you know,
No,
and
you're
by
right. You
but
don't.
yeah, but
you're right. You're right. And
yeah.
she knows that now.
Yeah.
She's like, tell them I'm sorry.
Well,
So that's
we're
what she
gonna-
wanted you to
we're
know.
gonna
She
go
said,
back in
hey,
one more time.
sorry.
Yeah.
And I said, she's not feeling well.
I
She
know.
goes,
I could
I'm
tell.
not feeling well. I'm just, and I'm scared to get in trouble. And, and I said, I tell you what, if your supervisor or whatever has a problem, have them call us.
Yeah,
I'll talk
absolutely.
To I said, or Sergeant.
I see the USMC there, so you're a former veteran as well.
Yeah,
Me as well. I'm Army myself. So, you know, once again, standing up for our rights. We got to stay. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. I'll live and die by it.
Absolutely, sir. Yeah.
If you guys need anything,
absolutely.
let us know.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Now that's what we need to see more of. An officer that's actually honoring his oath to the Constitution. He 100% left feelings out of the situation and properly performed his duties. Professionalism, accountability, integrity, and having high standards of conduct is what we need from law enforcement officers to effectively rebuild the trust between the public. And this officer displayed all of those characteristics. Law enforcement officers typically have codes of conduct and ethical guidelines that officers are expected to follow. But where did 99% of officers get misled? It's time to get back on track, and hopefully this clip can be a training video for officers nationwide on how to deal with public photography. Remember, the actions of individual officers can impact the overall image and reputation of the law enforcement agency. So when the agency want their reputation to be seen in an aspect like this officer displayed, or in a way of tyranny that the public hates? When the officer's poor behavior gains attention, it reflects on the entire department and can be seen as a failure in leadership and training. So that's why officers like we see here are often outshined. Let's continue.
What's going on? Are y'all from where?
I guess I can get your name right.
Do what now?
Wainwright?
Yes, sir. My name's Deputy Wainwright, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so why are y'all out here filming the FedEx place?
Move over here.
Just like filming? Okay, well, you can understand why that seems a bit odd and why the FedEx folks would call, correct?
Do you have any bug spray?
Do I have any bug spray? I do not. How long have y'all been out here?
We don't answer questions.
Right. Is there any particular reason why not?
Just exercising our right to film without being impeded on. We have no ill will or intent. We're just here making sure that we have a right to film without being impeded. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
It really is that simple. Be careful. You're in the road.
You don't want to get hit. Well, y'all can certainly stand and film, just not on private property.
What are you saying private? What is private?
The FedEx property there. So, you're in
the
state
easement.
Right-of-way, and technically, the driveway is going to be theirs, but on this side of the ditch will be state right of way.
What about that sidewalk?
The sidewalk? As far as I know, that's going to be part of the FedEx property. The state right of way is generally everything 30 foot from the center line.
Yeah.
Basically, ditch bank to ditch bank. So
30
if you're
foot.
on this side of the ditch bank, you're state highway, state right of way.
Normally we look at the GIS before we come out and know for sure, but we didn't do it this time.
So, I mean, is this something y'all have done before?
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Specifically just FedEx.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say y'all probably don't want to let me get your IDs to see who y'all are.
You're 100% right, man.
All right, that's fine. I'll go down there and run the license plate on your vehicle. And
H. Nichols.
Do what?
H. Nichols, right?
Right, yeah.
Yep.
H. Nichols.
What would be your probable? What you run a license plate on that car over there?
I can run a plate anywhere. If I can see it, I can run it.
You can run that plate without my permission?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. And you know, technically, if Highway Patrol comes by here and wants to have it towed, they can do that as well. I'm not going to do that because it's not posing a safety issue. However, you know, just be aware of that as well. No, but I'm not gonna. If y'all don't want to give me ID, then I'm not gonna continue to ask for it.
So you said that someone called and said we're filming, right?
Yeah, they called and said that y'all were out in front of the gate filming.
Investigative unit is what it says on the door.
Right.
But what did you ask them? Like, what else are they doing? Are they?
No, that's why we're here. I'm asking you what you're doing because certainly they don't know.
Oh yeah.
We're filming. But you said that when you came up, and they do know because they told you they're filming out front.
It's just odd. But,
It is definitely odd.
But it's legal.
It's legal, absolutely, it's legal. But just because something's legal doesn't mean it's advised, you know.
Right.
But as long as you don't go on their property,
is there
then,
consequences for doing it?
No, not unless you go on their property. So that's your fair warning. Just stay on the shoulder of the road. Don't go on their property because if you do, then you'll probably be back to arrest you for trespassing. Standing here is fine as far as I'm concerned. And your vehicle's off the roadway. So, be safe.
That's not our vehicle, by the way.
That's not? Oh, is it? Okay. All right.
It might be a wanted vehicle or
Might be a
something.
wanted vehicle.
Like I said, I'll go run the...
It's mighty close to the road.
Okay. Well, Y'all have a good evening today.
This officer wasn't the best or he wasn't the worst, but I give him a little credit for not pushing to identify the individuals. Other than that, a cop is still going to be a cop. He wanted to run the license plates to identify them. Are cops that pressured by their superiors to have a name on every single report? Do law enforcement officers lose their bonuses for not getting every single individual's names they come into contact with? Oh, I get it. Law enforcement officers receive training on report writing and gathering information for official records and places a strong emphasis on obtaining names for documentation purposes. That's why officers feel so pressured to identify everyone without fully considering the implications on citizens' rights. They teach these aggressive identifying tactics to increase the officers' chances on finding wanted individuals and also to continue to build a record-keeping database. But officers must understand that individuals have a Fourth Amendment right and it shall not be violated. Let's continue.
How's it going? Just want to film instead? Okay. So the reason why I'm talking to you, we got a call, somebody matching your description was dancing around like a front yard of a residence and was seen with a bottle. Have you been drinking?
No, that's not me. That's
Okay.
Not me.
Not at
No,
all.
I just walked down the street and came back. I'm
Okay.
right around the street from my house.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm just out.
I'm not here to harass you. You're
I
free.
don't have anything.
Alright. I mean, you're free to film, dude.
Of course,
Fine.
of course.
Okay. The
Yeah,
reason
I just didn't know if you were gonna come up like being a or not, but you're good. Yeah.
I'm not here to harass you.
No, of course. All right.
Somebody that was wearing a brown and purple shirt,
Plaid.
plaid, and these colored pants.
Interesting.
blue pants.
I'll keep an eye out. No, that wasn't.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Cool.
Or maybe someone might have seen me and they know I go out and record sometimes, so maybe they were making a fake call to get someone to mess with me.
No. Are you like?
Maybe.
Are you just hyper? Are you not like police or what's this?
It's not
Maybe
that
I've got it.
it's not that I don't like police. It's just that police are a lot different now. Like, you know, if you're a cool guy, it sucks because that badge tarnishes that. You know what I mean?
Well, I would say
as chill as you are and as noble as you want to be,
Yeah.
unfortunately, the way it is, it's not the same anymore. I used to like the idea of sheriff when like they would be, you know, coming around helping people and like being like part of the community.
Yeah.
But now there's such a divide between police and people that it makes it very difficult for us to get along. You know what I mean? Where it's like we
would
both
say
have to
there-
be on each other's defense. I mean, this is a quiet town though.
I would
More
I would
shit's
say
out.
that there's a lot of terrible people in every profession. You can't dodge them all.
That's
so.
very true. Yeah.
I'm
That
not
is very
here to
true.
harass you. I'm here because somebody called and you matched the description of somebody that was possibly
Possibly,
intoxicated
yeah,
in
yeah,
somebody's yard.
All right.
okay?
Yeah. No, that's why I
If
decided to
somebody
talk.
was
Otherwise, I would
intoxicated- yeah,
have
if
been
somebody
quiet.
If somebody was dancing around in your front yard or in front of your house,
That'd
and you
be-
didn't know,
yeah.
you probably want to call. You probably want that
Yeah.
person to talk
Yeah.
to, right?
But yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Of
So,
course.
You're good to go, dude.
I
Take it
appreciate
easy.
that. Thank
All
you.
right.
Take care of yourself.
This clip sums up the entire video. Good law enforcement officers are put in a challenging environment simply because of the atmosphere the tyrants create. Incidents involving law enforcement officers, especially when they involve violations of citizens' rights, can have a profound impact on public perception. So how can an individual perceive who's a good cop or who's the bad one when they're wearing the same exact uniform? It goes back to training and education. If law enforcement officers can be trained to treat the public with respect, even when they arrive on a call, we can begin to bridge the gap. By promoting transparency, accountability, and positive community engagement, it's possible to improve relations between law enforcement officers and citizens for a healthy and less toxic society. But that's going to do it for this video. Much love to these awesome creators. Again, make sure you use the links in the description to go check out their channels and show them some love. If you're not already, make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you won't miss the next episode. And if you made it this far, thank you so much. You're the real CT3 fam. And without you, there's no CT3. Remember, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. And until next time, peace.